Hey, folks, do you love Apocalypse Soon? Do you want to support the podcast? Well, get on over to YouTube, Patreon, EddiePepitone.com, and check out what's going on over there. Subscribe. We love you. And now let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs barking, chasing the ball. Just as life, you're chasing the ball. And here he is. We're in the park. He's got his remote control Game Boy hat going. He's in good spirits. I can feel it. The animals are gathering. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everybody. This is Eddie Pepitone. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. I'm sure you're wondering, what the hell is a woman doing on Apocalypse Soon? Well, we have a guest today, everybody. Comedian, preschool teacher,
crazy.
Just all-around person. We met, me and Taylor met at a show during COVID. It was like the first show that I did.
Yeah, it was one of my first two.
Let's welcome Taylor Miller. Taylor,
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
That's so special, Eddie. We met in a park, and here we are making content in a park.
And here we are
It's
making...
come full circle.
Now, let me ask you, because that was the first show that I did during COVID. It was very weird. It was like a very big baseball
Show
field.
is
Where
such
was
a funny
it?
thing to call it, because I don't think anyone was there who wasn't a comedian. Maybe like 3 people.
Well, no. There were people from the neighborhood who started coming,
Yes.
putting down chairs.
It was in
remember?
a baseball field
It was in a baseball
at
field.
night.
Yes.
It was
yes.
so fun. It was like none of us had done comedy in so long.
I remember I was very paranoid about the COVID thing and the people running it. Who was it? How did you wind up there?
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
There was a
I don't
show.
remember.
There was a regular outdoor show.
I don't even remember whose show it was.
that Brody Stevens was involved in
Oh,
years
that's cool.
ago. And I know that evolved into a lot of outdoor shows. And I know they were doing it at a field at one point. So it could have been something with that.
It was such a fun night, though. I had never seen you do comedy before.
Is that right?
And you came and you did 45
I
minutes.
did 45 fucking
And
minutes.
like you were not booked to do that much, but like I feel like you got up and no, like I mean this as a compliment. Like you got up, I think you were
Yeah.
supposed to do like 15, 20 minutes, but like we were all just laughing so much that just like we all just and I remember you were like, "Should I keep going? I haven't done comedy in like
Right.
a year." And we were all like, "Hell yeah." And like everyone
Yeah.
we just collectively decided to stay for a 45-minute set.
And I remember
No one had anywhere to be and we were having a great time.
Yeah, and it was also, and this is wild. I don't know if you remember this, Taylor. It was also on the eve of the Trump election against
It
Biden.
was?
Do you remember? I remember because my buddy Steve was there.
I remember that was happening right around that time. So that makes sense.
there you go. You do remember that.
Because remember, there were parades everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It was, and me and Steve were like, oh, fuck. We were really scared of Trump getting elected. He wound up losing that time, I believe.
The night that
was-
the night that Biden got elected,
Oh, yeah.
I slept with a Trump supporter. I kind of thought it would be like iconic to do that on that night because like he lost.
Because he what?
Because Trump lost. And I was like, haha.
The condolences of the loss.
Yeah, like it was like hate sex. Like I was like, haha. Like he voted for Trump and he lost. Like, I don't know. And he was so sad.
Oh my God.
Haven't talked to him since.
You haven't talked to him since? Just a one night, one off?
He was my boss at my old corporate job, not like my direct boss.
This is the kind of thing.
Is this really off topic for you guys?
No, we don't have a topic.
No,
really.
don't ever worry about that.
No, but it is pretty funny.
To be clear, he wasn't my direct boss. He was an exec and I was an assistant, but I wasn't his assistant. I was his boss's assistant.
We've had a lot of
To
requests.
be clear, I would never sleep with a direct boss.
And I had yes, and I had gotten fired recently, so
It sounds like the hate sex was involved with the employment. I'll tell you,
no.
there is a lot of employment.
I didn't get fired. I got laid off.
I'll say you got laid off. I'll say that you put the laid in laid off. Right? I mean, that is really no, I think that's taking the bull by the horns in a way.
No, I don't align with this narrative, but that was such a good joke.
No, I just think you're very proactive from what I'm hearing about termination. Like when you get terminated, there is definitely sex that's going to be had.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people
I think we had been
admire
attracted to each other for years.
You what?
We had been attracted to each other
Oh,
for
okay.
years, but because I was his subordinate, nothing happened. And then, like, 2 months later, I saw him on Hinge, and then he asked my friend, like, does Taylor still work here? And she was like, no, she got laid off.
Now I wonder how
squirrel
come,
out there.
like, if you were attracted to him for years, this is an interesting thing. And Taylor has a dating podcast, which is called what?
Date my friends.
Date My Friends. So
Nice.
you were attracted to this guy for years, but then you had sex with him. Did that spoil any chance of a relationship? Or like how come it ended without any follow-up? Like, isn't there usually after some...
Damn,
after,
I'm oversharing.
You're oversharing?
A couple days later, he went
You
to
don't
a
have-
party
Yeah.
and hooked up with his girl best friend of 10 years. Because I think a lot of what was happening in COVID was that people weren't at bars meeting people. People weren't going on online dates. So people just started fucking guys in the friend zone.
They were what?
They were just like hooking up with guys they had in the friend zone because it was like, oh, well, like, I know you're not going to give me COVID and like bars aren't open. So like, I think a lot of guys got to hook up with their girlfriends that they've had a crush on for years but have been kept in the friend zone.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to him. He went to a party. He was like, this girl's way out of my league. Like, she was like super high up and like he was her subordinate. And then
It sounds like whatever chain
I think they
this
started
is,
Yeah.
whatever corporate chain this is, it was a very randy,
Very
chain.
sexual. Yeah,
Very
yeah,
sexual
yeah.
chain.
We do actually. We're involved with some very horny corporations, and so this is.
By the way, what happened to our ads? We were getting ads. We were getting some corporate ads,
we were getting them for a
including
while.
a ball like manscaping
Oh yeah.
tools.
I
I
have
got
seen
3
that
of
so much on TikTok, the shaver.
Yeah.
But I see it
Don't
for,
cover your face.
Sorry,
with that.
I see it with like female trimmers
Oh,
to clean
really?
your lady parts.
On TikTok.
Yes, it's like illustrated, so you don't really see it.
Oh, okay. So it's
but it's
illustrated.
weird.
It's like
It catches me
courtroom.
off
Is it
guard every
like?
time?
Is it courtroom like the way they illustrate courtroom dramas?
It's more like animation.
It's a hung jury again, Bob. And here's a picture of the hung jury, just a big cock. It's and he always gets fired, that guy.
He makes the same joke every time.
Yeah.
Because every time it's a hung jury, you're like, God damn it, I know.
But that's interesting.
Gluckman's gonna make his drawing again with the big cocks.
I was hoping it'd be a hung jury, Bob. I love that picture of the big black cock he always. Now, I think it's interesting. First of all, this guy met this girl, the guy you slept with, the Trump supporter.
Yes.
And isn't it interesting? I would never sleep with
A
a
Trump
Trump
supporter.
supporter. No.
I was kind of
Wow.
surprised I did.
What?
I was kind of surprised I did. I would think I wouldn't do that, but
Right. I have slept with many.
but
Jill
it just happened.
Stein
It just
supporters. Hey, what?
I have to.
Eddie, I must say my father's going to be very disappointed to hear that.
Why, your dad is a Trump guy?
Yeah, he's got to be for the whole religion thing, and we don't talk about
The
it.
religious thing.
Yeah.
You see, I don't understand it because Trump is the least religious man on the
Yeah.
planet Earth. He has no morals, none.
I agree. He does too.
I think he might be a psychopath, like a proper one.
Do you think?
No,
Now
I mean
you're really going
that-
out on a limb.
You don't think so?
No, I absolutely.
It's really rare to be a real psychopath. It's
I-
like 2% of the population. That's a made up number, but it's really rare to be a.
He's
true-
completely crazy, and Trump is indicative of just how crazy this country has gotten.
Yeah.
The fact that he is in a neck and neck race.
Yeah, it's insane.
Is really insane.
Yeah.
Really
Did you-
fucking insane.
did you
But
see-
that's what's happened.
What's
happened.
They kept running his ads during the football game today, and it was like making me so angry because
Were
I'm
they?
just like, these stats. Not to get like too political, but it's just like inflation is at this percentage, and I'm like, America has the lowest inflation rate since COVID. So it's not like the Democrats' it's not like Biden's fault.
Yeah.
If anything, he dealt with it the best he could. It was a supply chain issue, and then they're running that ad like this percentage increase. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna say that that's the inflation in America under Biden, please give similar Western countries and let's compare it, because that's
Yes.
like a problem with the whole
Yeah.
world.
But here's the thing, and this is what now defines the political landscape here, is that it's lie after lie. And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The truth is not objective, it's subjective. Like, I think the earth is flat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
we're
don't
getting into
believe
this.
in science. On and on and on. And the debates are just, that first debate, Trump, talking about, I forget the
Eating the cats.
what?
He said people were eating cats.
Well, he watched
Immigrants,
something.
Haitian immigrant. Anyway, I like to look at the big overall picture, the meta picture, which is that, Wall Street and the Pentagon rule this country. Wall Street and the Pentagon rule the country. This is not a democracy anymore. It's a plutocracy.
Well,
Have you ever heard?
also to bring up, because I have to at least once a day, like the Diddy trial, and seeing.
Hold it.
No,
How
it's-
does Diddy-
I'm gonna connect it.
Okay,
it.
let's hear it.
Seeing the Diddy trial and just hearing all these conspiracy theories and hearing how many celebrities in Hollywood are involved is insane. And to me, this trial is pretty much the exact same as Epstein was to politics. So the only reason that we never heard that trial is because they killed him, or he killed himself. But it's like,
I'm pretty sure.
what would have happened if he went to trial? We might have cleaned the entire political sphere, which I think is what's about to happen with Hollywood.
Yeah. I hope so.
I think he'll get killed in prison. I do, but
Who?
Diddy?
Is he in prison?
Are you not on TikTok?
I am not on TikTok.
Oh my God, he's in federal prison, Eddie.
Oh, he is in prison. Okay.
Federal prison.
I thought
is
he
nice,
was out
'cause-
on bail.
Eddie
No,
usually
Eddie-
usually gives me shit for not knowing what's
Eddie,
going on.
He offered $50 million in cash for bail, and they said no bail.
Wow.
He's guilty.
Oh yeah.
Now, this is funny because I was just going to go into my usual political screed about, the plutocracy and that, such a small segment of our population owns almost everything. And you then countered with the Diddy trial.
Because
You're saying it connects because,
maybe
well,
it was
first
a
of all,
stretch. I'm
Diddy.
just always thinking
I got to
about
tell
that.
you, I love the fact that Diddy, and I hope this doesn't get anybody mad, but I love the fact that Diddy used so much baby oil. Like there were 50,000 tubes of baby oil.
Okay, but here's what I think. I think that in the baby oil was rufalin because you can absorb it through your pores. Because
Roofie
why
stuff?
else? I think that there was
Are you a
roofies.
conspiracy theorist? You sound like
I'm a Diddy conspiracy theorist for sure. I'm not like I'm not like a. There's aliens.
Do you believe the moon
fake.
landing took place?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on the fence with that one.
Really?
Kidding. No, I remember.
I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but the Diddy ones, like, they're good. I like them. I find them interesting.
Yeah.
Who was some of the celebrities? Since I don't know much, do you know much about the Diddy trial?
I only know.
I don't. I don't know too much. And that's like, also, I was like, this is nice because he doesn't know either. I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I look at it like that, wealth, sex, like it's excess. It's all about excess. It's like everything
which
is
goes
good.
back to your plutocracy.
No, everything is good in moderation, right? Including sex and drugs and all this shit. If you do it in very moderate amounts.
You have one bottle of
very
Roofland baby oil, just the one bottle.
Yeah, one baby oil. Like, I buy one baby oil, and it lasts me a good 6 years.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're not using it to hide Roofalin and melt it into the pores of young women.
Now,
one time, maybe.
I hope that he's...
Why else would the
Roofalin.
federal government seize baby oil? It's not illegal to have baby oil. It's weird to have that much, but it's not illegal. So that's where the conspiracy comes from, that it's laced with drugs.
Well, first of all...
Is that so far-fetched, that conspiracy theory? Why is the federal government taking baby oil?
Well, first of all, a lot of the federal employees use baby oil. So it's like cops when they take... Donuts. Cops will take donuts from a crime scene, and they will not bring those donuts to the property room. I know they won't. I used to work in a property room in a precinct, and the donuts always went missing. I was like, "Where are the donuts, gentlemen?" And they would be like, "Why don't you just shut your pie hole, Pepitone?" And I'd be like, "Yes, sir."
That's exactly how I think a cop would talk.
But here's the thing, why did they seize baby oil? I don't know, but can you tell me some of the names, all these Hollywood names that have been, or some of them?
I can,
have they released
but
it?
no. So I don't want to give a list just because it's only based on my own TikTok research, and there's been a lot of
Boy, you're a
articles, too.
TikTok you're into it big time for everything. You get your news from it.
Well,
Hello, I'm John TikTok. No, it's like a newscaster. Hello, at the top of the hour, we have someone dancing their ass off in Missouri. Also, Roofalin.
Someone in Indiana is going to review 2 books she read this year.
And in Missouri, for some reason, they're still doing the Tide Challenge.
Should we do a last newscaster real quick, and we can be 2 travelers you've met?
Wait, we can what?
If you want.
No, I just want to pursue the Diddy stuff.
Okay.
Who were some of the celebrities that you're talking about?
It's just, I'm afraid to go on record saying it.
Wait, hold it. You're not a authority. Where you've?
That's true.
Are you
I'm
a lawyer in the
preschool
Diddy
teacher.
case? We have Special Prosecutor Taylor Miller here with us today.
No, what if they bring in a preschool teacher to the Diddy trial? They're like, all right, she's going to come in and explain this crime to you like you're 5. And I'm going to be like, okay. So he blended up roofies and he sprinkled it into the Roofalin and gave it to underage girls. Do you think that's bad?
Man,
If you think it's bad, say me.
Now I understand.
I need you all to agree.
Were they sex trafficked, a lot of these women?
So he's charged on 3 accounts.
Let's hear it.
Sex trafficking, racketeering, and sexual assault.
Wow. Yeah, I heard the assault charges.
It's really
It is
bad.
such a story of excess. It reminds me of my relationship with Rocky Road ice cream. I love...
You have it in excess?
Huh?
You have it in excess?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love
I would say that's
when
me
Marsh-
with dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's.
So you
If I could put those in an IV straight into my veins.
So you understand Diddy then? No, but some of the shit I read the initial indictment or something when it first came out, and they did so much fucking that Diddy had IVs for people, and my first thought was very, very
Creative.
thoughtful and smart. Like if these people, I imagine
Yes,
they're
but
all.
Eddie,
They're
that
all,
was because they were also drugged. So they
Oh.
were so dehydrated and out of it. And then
Yeah.
they wanted to have sex with them again the next day that they would put an IV in them to wake them up a little bit.
Oh my God, that
Wow.
is so.
I'm just saying, as much as we like to joke about this case, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't really. This is
It's
the first time I'm even
disgusting.
talking about it, but
I think I talk about it every day. This is the second time today I've talked about it.
Really?
When did you talk about it today? With
Well,
who?
just because there was two people in a Super Bowl commercial together, and I was like, well, they're both going down with the Diddy case, so
Oh,
I hope they
shit.
enjoyed this last commercial.
Oh, really? Now, who are these people? I gotta hear. Can we hear?
Can I
How
say it
come-
out of the mic like this? What if they come after me? Do you know how many people Diddy
Well,
killed?
hold it. Why do you have inside information? Like, or are you speculating?
I'm speculating.
Oh, all right,
Pulling
well-
it off of a TikTok.
You see,
What if they come after me?
you don't really know. You don't
See,
know.
this is what happens when you smoke. Now I'm paranoid that Diddy's gonna kill me.
I know.
No, I get it. There's a lot of famous people in the bushes that observe this podcast. That and when we put it out, it gets a little dangerous. Eddie gets real wild, very wild out here.
So okay.
So
I,
it's
we
safe
don't
to
have
say
to talk about this at all,
it's safe
especially
to
if
say
it's
you've
making
never-
you paranoid, huh?
Is it-
You know.
Especially, I think it's safe to assume that you've never been to a Diddy party, because you've been in
No.
the industry a long time. You never got an invite. I mean, you tour,
I'm glad I didn't.
you tour. You're at the Comedy Store. You're telling me you never got invited to a Diddy party?
Oh my God, no.
You're a legend.
I'm a legend, but thankfully not in the Diddy circle.
He's not in the alt comedy.
You know, I have such an addictive personality that I'm glad that was kept from me.
You know what they say? Rejection is protection.
That's right.
Interesting. Is that from is like a Catholic?
You've never heard that?
No, that sounds like a Catholic background.
just
It
what-
is a God thing.
That's just what my friends say to me when I get ghosted. They're like, Taylor, you dodged a bullet. Rejection is protection. He would have been a terrible father. He can't even text you back.
I love
and
the
then
way
I'm like,
women talk to each other.
I'm like,
It's
hell
so
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
oh, what would you
It'd be
say to your friend if they got ghosted?
I'd be like, yeah, dude, she probably figured out who
Guys
you really
are
were.
very different.
She
Guys are
No,
like,
my friends will be like, see how he takes a long time to text you back? Imagine if you had a baby and he didn't get the diapers in time. He's going to be a bad father. Rejection is protection. You dodged a bullet.
yeah, guys are like, if they get ghosted, they're like, oh, that bitch. Fuck her, man. Just screw it, man. There's plenty other women, and it's good that you know now. I guess that's what your friends are kind of saying. It's good that you know now instead of getting deeper.
I think that's a direct translation of rejection.
A
is
lot of
protection.
people, one good thing about the freak-offs by Diddy, a lot of people met during those, and they're having great lives and families.
still together. Yeah, still together.
That'd be funny if like a whole cross-section of people, Kansas City, the Midwest. Yeah, where'd you guys meet? The freak-off with Diddy? Oh, my God.
But they can't even tell anyone.
We but anyway, so apparently, well, all right. I thought we were going to talk about the freak-offs a little bit, but you don't want to mention any
No, I
names.
will.
No, you don't have to, especially if it's...
It's just speculation. I have no proof. The only one I know for sure is Usher, but everybody knows that.
Well,
And
look,
I think
I
that-
used to go to the theater a lot, and ushers were always suspect. Like the way they'd lead you to the seat, they were a little handsy, right? They were a little handsy. I was
You
like,
think that's how he got his nickname, Usher?
oh yeah.
I don't know.
He was telling people where to go.
But everyone knows Usher because he deleted all his tweets, and
Oh, really?
Diddy had custody of Usher when he was a kid,
Oh,
and then he
shit.
wanted custody of Justin Bieber. This has all been proven. He wanted custody of Justin Bieber,
Justin
and his
Bieber
parents.
held it.
The
Right.
record label. So Justin Bieber was discovered by Usher when he was in Canada, and they wanted him to come down here and record music, but he couldn't get a visa, so Diddy asked Bieber's parents if he could just adopt him, like they could emancipate him, and then Diddy could adopt him as his son so that he could come work and record music in America.
Really?
But the record label and like his parents were like, no, we don't want that. It's sketchy. So then Usher adopted him, and then he dropped him off at Diddy's house for 48 hours. And this has all been proven. Like there's a video, it was all over the internet at the time, and it's recirculating now, where Diddy's like, yo, he's going to be with me for the next 48 hours. And they're like, what are you going to do? And he's like, oh, it's every 15-year-old boy's dream. And then like,
Oh my God.
and then he gave him like a Ferrari or something. He gave Justin Bieber like a Ferrari before he even got his license. And then after that, Justin Bieber was like kind of weird.
Wow.
So we know something went down.
Hold it. Whoa,
Man.
Bieber, I know nothing about any of these people, but Bieber was estranged from his family?
No, they just emancipated him.
What does that mean?
Like they weren't
Oh,
legally
before
his
he
parents.
was legal, so he could leave?
So he could make music in LA.
Have you heard the Bieber conspiracy?
What is
No,
it?
I mean, is that what I just said about the
No.
Yummy music video?
No. About Baby, the song Baby.
No.
Originally,
Oh my God. A conspiracy theory about Diddy? I don't know. So excited.
originally,
No, Bieber.
Bieber.
But it's connected.
But in the original chorus to Baby was baby, baby, baby oil.
You're
And yeah.
joking.
And they had to make it just O.
You're joking.
Oh yeah, and they held his family in a dungeon.
There's a really good Beyonce conspiracy theory. Do you guys know that one?
I don't.
No.
So they're saying like, did he kill Tupac? Did he kill Biggie? That's all speculation. But proof is starting to come out with like money wire transfers with the hitman and stuff.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm
And
worried though because you are getting this from TikTok, which is controlled by the Chinese government. So I don't know because I'm like
See, that's why I'm like, I can go into it,
I
but
trust
it's
the
just,
Chinese government. So many of my friends don't, you know.
yeah.
Are you a one China-er?
One China?
Yeah.
Is that where they take over Taiwan and everything?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I
I
have a
lived in
brother-in-law.
China for 4 months. I
That's
studied
cool.
abroad in Shanghai.
Ah.
Shanghai.
Did you learn
Which broad did you study?
bumping mic?
Bumping mics. How did
didn't
you
even
like
get
it? How'd you like it over there? Shanghai?
Not a huge fan.
4 months in China?
4 months in Shanghai. Yeah.
Did you have a minder?
What's a minder?
A minder is someone who, like when they have
Like a
reporters come there from other countries, they're not free to go where they want. They have minders, meaning the Chinese government watches them.
I don't think so. I did. I went to get like this visa so that I could travel out. It's called a residency card or something, like a temporary residency card, so that I could leave the country and come back if I wanted to go to like Japan or Taiwan or something.
That's great.
And to get that, we were like, but this was my second day in China. I literally just got there, didn't speak a word of Chinese. We all got in this bus and we went to these government buildings, and then we had to put on these robes, and we were sent to 8 different rooms to get 8 different medical tests before they could give you this visa.
Wow.
And that was like the most communist thing that I did while I was there. Other than that, you couldn't really feel the communism. You can feel it way more. Beijing feels way more communist to me because like all the buildings are the same color, like
Yeah.
the same height. They don't really have windows. So like everything's gray. So
that
like
was the biggest complaint.
But Shanghai is like cool and modern. Like it feels like New York City. Like it's skyscrapers and good
what did you
restaurants.
study over there?
So I went to NYU Tisch, but then I took a semester. So at least like my understanding of Tisch was that every student takes like 1 semester off doing just the art where you do all your gen ed classes. And so I took, or you can spread it out differently, but I just took an academic semester and like just took regular classes and did all my gen eds. So NYU has a school in China. It's NYU Shanghai. So I just went there.
That's
Right.
cool.
Okay. Yeah, that is
So all my
pretty
classes
exotic.
were still in English, but they were like about Chinese culture. So,
Yeah.
and NYU Shanghai is half all Chinese national students and half
Oh, really?
abroads. So there was mostly Chinese national students there, which was really cool. It helped get immersed in the culture. Like,
Yeah.
and it helped with their English. And then if you went to all 4 years there, you would start to take your normal academic classes in Chinese, like once
that-
you got on that level.
Speaks Chinese?
No, I don't really speak Chinese. I learned a little when I was there just to get around.
But if you were there 4 years, you would start speaking the
Yeah,
language.
but I was only there for 4 months. I mean, I could say, like, I want a glass of water, like, I want to go here, or where's the
Right.
bathroom?
Yeah.
Right.
What would you
The
say?
essentials. Where is the freak off?
I'm looking for a large amount of baby oil. What did you observe about the culture there that stuck out to you?
I mean, the clubbing culture in Shanghai was insane.
Really?
They party so hard in Shanghai. Like, it's one of the clubbing capitals of the world. These nightclubs are huge. And, like...
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and, like, they're very...
Were
they're
you
very, like, obsessed with...
drugs?
Like, with
But no drugs? A lot of drugs?
If there was, I didn't do it. I was definitely too afraid to do drugs in a foreign country where I don't
Good
really
for you.
speak the language. Like, I wouldn't try. I didn't even smoke weed while I was there. Like, I was just
You
like...
didn't, huh?
No, because, like, I couldn't speak Chinese. So, like, and
Yeah.
it's harder. It's much more illegal there. Like,
Right.
and they have no... like judicial system. So we did this seminar on the first day just about like survival skills in China, and like
Yeah.
I hope I don't get any of these facts wrong, but like my understanding is in America you are like innocent till proven guilty. There's a trial. In China they don't have that. Like if they think you're smoking weed in a park, they can just put you in jail.
Yeah.
Like you can't really appeal it. I maybe could because I'm like American and maybe I would.
Right.
Whatever, but,
Because of
like-
diplomatic.
They're like if you get thrown in a jail cell, you're sleeping there. Like so don't get arrested.
Right.
But the drinking age, there is no drinking age. So
What? You could drink when
they
you're a
don't
toddler?
have. Yes, literally, you can.
That just makes me think of a toddler bar, like just like 5-year-olds, and they're like, "Yeah, I had a
No, you can't.
really rough."
I remember
day."
I bought wine there one day. And like my Chinese, I didn't know that much. And I remember the woman who worked there was like, babies really like this one. And I thought I misunderstood her because it's also a tonal language. So every word is 4 words. So like, I was like, did she just say babies? And she's like, yeah, babies.
Maybe
and I'm
to
like,
put 'em to
babies?
sleep?
And like, we just went back and forth. And then I just typed it in to Google Translate and showed her. I'm like, do you mean babies? And she's like, yeah, babies. And I'm like, oh, wow, babies really
put 'em
can
to
drink
sleep.
here. They
Yeah.
probably just like dipped the pacifier in it and like put it in their mouth.
Yeah.
We've all done that.
right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. I still do that.
Well, I know.
That's how I fall asleep. No, I'm
great.
kidding.
It's great.
I'm actually not a big drinker at all. Are you?
No, I'm not. My vice has always been marijuana.
Yeah.
You know, and
I just feel like shit every time I drink.
yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah.
I remember
and
your
sometimes even
birthday at
during.
the Comedy Store. You got pretty drunk, I think, that night.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
That was my birthday.
that was your birthday.
And I didn't get drunk till I got off stage.
Yeah, I'm not saying you were drunk on stage.
And then I went to Saddle Ranch after and rode the bull
Nice.
You went to Saddle Ranch after what?
after that show, and I rode the bull.
Oh my God. I did comedy at the Saddle Ranch. What Taylor's talking about is this tourist section here, Universal City Walk, which...
No, it's in West Hollywood.
Yeah? Oh,
it's
yeah.
in West Hollywood.
What?
It's in West Hollywood.
Oh,
It's right next to the Comedy Store. Literally the bar next door.
Oh, that fucking place.
Yeah, yeah.
Next to Dobrik's Pizza.
Oh, because there was a bar on the Universal City Walk
They have a bull.
that had a bull. Yeah, yeah. And I did comedy there one night, 12 years ago, I think, or more, 15 years ago, and it was so bad because it was tourists who just wouldn't shut the fuck up. You know?
Well, you started a relationship with that bull too, I remember, which was pretty.
Well,
How long of a relation?
I went out with the mechanical bull for about a year and a half, but I found the relationship very mechanical. You know when a relationship is very, like,
just going
okay,
through the
your
motions.
turn to ride me, and, you know, that kind of shit. Yeah.
I'd always put a quarter in. It just didn't feel right.
How we doing, by the way, on time? Maybe I'll do a guided meditation now. And
I don't
Oh,
know.
sure.
Time's a flat circle, you know. It's like.
Have you been keeping-
Yeah. We're coming up on 40 minutes.
Oh my
That's
God,
right.
we've been
I know.
yapping.
We've just been chopping it up.
I mean, I have no idea.
Ladies and oh no, you intro me.
ladies and
This has been a
gentlemen.
wild podcast. This is so like off the beaten track for me and Kevin to
That's
be
my
talking
fault.
about like Diddy.
Yeah, anything that's happening now, it's like
You're
You
like
know.
we like to talk about things that happened like how many years ago? Like 6 years ago. Like you're talking about like the Hillary Clinton election.
what's that
Like
movie?
you
We
seem
don't talk about any of that shit.
like, do you don't talk about Clinton election?
Oh my God, no.
No, we talk about
No.
that the movie Rear Window or what's the
Jimmy Stewart. It's somebody. This is my Jimmy Stewart. Now, I know everybody does a Jimmy Stewart, but this is my Jimmy Stewart impersonation. Hey, look at, he's gonna kill
I
her.
don't know who Jimmy Stewart is.
No,
It's a Wonderful Life?
you
Oh,
don't.
I've never seen it.
Hold
Oh,
it.
wow.
You don't know who Jimmy Stewart is?
No, your money's not here.
See,
So sorry.
you.
But you don't know
need-
about the Diddy trials, so we all have gaps in our knowledge.
How about
Right.
Have you heard about the movie where one
I'm
guy
very
kills
upset that you don't know who Jimmy Stewart is.
I'll fix it. I'll go look him up on TikTok tonight.
On TikTok. By the way, can you watch? Now, this is going to sound so old, guy, but can you watch TikTok on a computer or an iPad? iPad, you can.
Yeah, iPad you can for sure.
Computer, no.
Computer you can, but
Because
it's,
do you watch it just on your phone mainly?
Yeah,
That to me is kind of like a drag.
I don't do it for like a long time.
How long do you do it?
I like to think in my head that I usually keep it under 15 minutes.
But be honest.
It can stretch to 25.
That's all? That's not too bad. 25-minute segment.
What I think is like I used to watch a show every night before bed. Like that was always my thing
Yeah.
from like probably started when I was in college and ended probably when I started TikTok. Like and so like instead of watching one show before bed, like if I was going to watch an episode of Friends to fall asleep, now I look at TikTok for like 25. I try to keep it to
25.
15 and then 25 is like my limit. Like I usually set a timer on my phone.
That's good.
That is pretty good because once I get involved in the internet, and it
It's
usually
really hard to stop.
mine is usually I like to know how glue is made. I will be on that fucking thing for like
I'm the same way. Like I like to look at random ass things on there too. Like there's this guy who just peels barnacles off a crab. I watched it. I know about barnacles now. I do.
I watch dog grooming videos.
I hope
What about the
not.
carpet
do.
cleaning ones? Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
What the, are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Why? Why are they good?
Someone
because
cleans a carpet.
everybody
But
is
they clean it like really well.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, like the carpet will be black when they start it, and then it has like a full ass design when they
Is
finish.
it done with that steamer machine?
All
yeah.
different types of products.
It looks
Huh.
fun too.
I want to do it, but I know I would hate doing
Watch
it.
this
Oh,
shit.
yeah. It's there. I mean, they just throw it on-
I want to defend myself to myself, so I don't. I've been trying
Mm-hmm.
to be less like on my phone, and that's why I read so many books this year. That really
You are a wild.
created myself with a great habit, and
You're
so
a
I've read
wild
20
combination of a very like. Are you Gen X? What is your?
books. I'm millennial,
You're a millennial.
but I'm like the youngest millennial. I'm 94. I was born in 94.
I'm the
Oh,
oldest
okay.
millennial.
Okay, I think Gen Z starts at 96 is the cutoff.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was born in 94, so I'm like the second to last millennial.
Yeah.
Do
I
you feel like the
identify with both.
millennials were born into a fucked up world?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think our timing has been really bad. It's like my first memory is 9/11. Like not my first memory, but my first like world.
You were 7,
I was 7, yeah.
9/11.
But like, sorry, that's not my first memory. I have many childhood memories before that, but that's my.
I hope that's not your first memory.
But my first like
yeah.
crazy thing that would like brought me into the political sphere was 9/11.
Yeah.
And still that barely, I barely understood it. And then,
Mm.
yeah, we were talking about this last night because I was with my friend who's very political. He's in law school. And we were talking about what's the first election we remember. And the first election that we both remembered was Al Gore.
Oh, okay.
Or
Al Gore.
Al Gore and
he
W.
lost to W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
And then the
fucking-
next one was John Kerry. So basically, I
he
was.
lost as well.
Yeah.
These guys
this
had
is
no.
how we brought it up because I don't know why I keep getting, probably because the election's like next week.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy to me that the Cheneys endorsed Kamala. It's awesome, but I can't
Yeah.
believe it. That is crazy. If that doesn't win over Republicans, I don't know what will.
Well, the polls
The
are saying that
Cheneys
it's
are
neck and neck.
But the Cheneys, they're so
I know,
Republican.
but look at the fucking polls.
I know. But also, what are polls? Like, who are they polling? I've never been polled. Do you get polled?
No.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
I
how
don't-
real
they
can
know
these
not
polls?
to poll me, you know. They know.
How good can these polls be? I've never met anyone who's been polled.
Really?
Kevin, have you been polled?
Yes.
Like, someone calls your cell phone and... Like, I
Yes.
don't answer a number that I don't know. So they're not pulling any young people. They're pulling landlines. They're pulling
Landline,
people
yeah.
and people who are home in the middle of the day. Like, they're not pulling young people.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with like my wife and 2 kids cross section.
They know that you have a wife. They know everything.
And my wife is such a I don't know, compelled citizen that she'll like register for all those type of things. So that's probably why.
How old are your kids?
16 and 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If
They're
you
like
take them together,
grown-ups.
they're 30, and they can club. Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be funny if kids could band together to get into clubs like they're
Well, that's like when they sit on each other's shoulders and
Yeah.
wear the trench coat.
Yeah. All right, let's do a guided meditation.
Okay.
This is sort of the end.
Yeah.
Boy, we've just scratched the surface with you, and it is very kind of. It's a funny dynamic with Taylor and
don't think-
me, and you're kind of in between.
I'm right
I'm
here.
like, way older.
Are you Gen X?
Gen X? No, I'm a boomer.
You're a boomer?
I
Can
think so.
Can I
right?
ask you how old you are, or do you not like to share that on the internet?
I don't like to. I'm 85.
No, you're not.
I have a great skin regimen.
You are not 85.
People don't believe
Wait.
me.
Let's talk about the skincare routine. You told me you would drop
Oh, right.
because Kevin
Well,
said
I-
that Eddie's skin was glowing, and I said,
was
"What's?" I
focusing
said,
the
"Drop the
camera in.
routine."
Well, Kevin
And I
is
was-
very attracted to me, and he
You're,
notices.
are you just not wanting to share the secret because it's such a
No,
good routine?
I bathe in sliced cucumbers in water, like in the bath water.
Do you dip your face in?
No, listen to me. And they're organic cucumbers that I get at Whole Foods.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, sliced cucumbers, lavender. I'm not kidding.
You don't want to put scents on
And
your
this
face.
is what's that?
You do not want to put lavender on your face.
I
Nothing
don't
with
put
the
it on my
scent.
face. This is for my body. Lavender, lavender. You're a lady. Lavender relaxes you. It's a relaxant.
So is this your nighttime skincare routine?
No, I like to do it when I get up because I wake up anxious.
I just pop Alexa Pro.
You,
Yeah.
man,
Ever heard of Western medication, Eddie?
Oh yeah.
So anyway, cucumbers with lemon, sliced lemon. It's like a fruit bath, really. Cucumbers, lemon, and a couple of pomegranate seeds. This is all from Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. And I have lavender oil, and then I light little incense candles. And I have on the nicest music, and I listen to a guided meditation, and that guided meditation goes something like this. Here we go.
And as the P. Diddy trial scrolls by and you can't find a bottle of baby lotion anywhere, it's time for another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
All right, everybody, I hope you're in loose-fitting clothing. I hope the clothing doesn't cling to you. As you know, I love Lululemon for nice... I like clothing that breathes. I think everybody likes clothing that breathes. Is anybody out there wearing linen? Well, anyway, let's hope you're wearing linen or some other beautiful clothing. And now I want you to get into a space where it's safe. I don't want you to think about your rent. I don't want you to think about how you're not going to be able to afford your rent again this month. I don't want you to think about the fact that they're finding more and more parasites in meat. I don't want you to think about that.
Bartle beetles.
What was that?
You know about the bartle beetles?
What? Tell us.
It's like an infestation in
Do
our
it in a
trees.
soothing voice.
Yeah, you could
Guided
chime in, but do
meditation.
it in a soothe.
Oh.
I don't want you thinking about
Bartle beetles.
bartle beetles.
Eating away at the foundations of our homes.
Right.
Which has made Geico and 3 other insurance companies no longer insure homes in several parts of
Yes,
California.
please don't think about the fact that if your home collapses because of an infestation of bartle beetles, that you'll be on the streets. But let me tell you something. If you're on the streets, you're not going to have a bartle beetle problem. You're going to have getting stabbed in a 7-Eleven parking lot problem. They're very different problems.
And also the bartle beetles. That will still be a problem because you're outside with them.
Yes, but no longer is your anyway. Just with your first in-breath, just forget about the fact that you realize your significant other just purchased a gun. Or forget about the fact that you just discovered in your significant other's underwear drawer a copy of Hustler, which is so strange. Nobody reads Hustler anymore.
And-
Nobody. So why is there a copy of Hustler in your significant other's underwear drawer? Because your significant other has lost their mind. And now take a deep breath and let that breath see a big orange, beautiful orange ball. It's an orange ball. It's an orange that you would slice up and put in a bath with yourself. Have any of you sliced an orange and put in a bath? One thing I have to say about that, if you have cuts, do not do that because of the citrus acid. One time I had been flagellating myself for the Catholic Church, and I got into a citrus bath, and boy did that sting. But I was doing research for the Da Vinci Code, a Dan Brown novel which was made into a movie with Tom Hanks, who's America's uncle. Now, with that first in-breath, see that beautiful orange ball of light and let it go through the crown, which is the top of your head. Let it go through the top of your head. Let it caress your forehead, your nose, your cheekbone, your jaw. This is a healing orange light, and it just glows with such positivity. It's the opposite of a sheriff coming to your door and saying, you have to leave the premises. This is the kind of thing. This orange ball is the opposite of you getting evicted. This orange ball is the opposite of someone
Finding a Hustlers magazine in your underwear drawer.
Yes, it is the opposite. By the way, that would be a funny guided meditation, a husband and wife team.
Yeah.
Like who did that? The Tammy Baker and Jim Baker. Except they're guided meditation. They're a guided meditation family. And now with your first and last out breath, I want you to think of all the coal miners who've died through the years, and not because of black lung, but because they were hit by buses after drinking too much in the local coal miner bars, which are always not a good thing. If you've ever been to a coal miner bar,
I bet there would be really hot guys at a coal miner bar.
yes, I bet there would be hot guys because
Because they do physical labor. Wait, are we still doing
well,
calm
yes, they
voices?
do physical.
Labor all day. Are we still doing calm voices?
Oh, hysterical dog owner.
Oh no, are they attacking each other?
No, they're not.
And with the dogs fighting in the background.
Who is hysterical? Oh, the woman in the red hat.
Yeah.
When I used to take my dogs out here, there would be.
I mean, it's wrong that she doesn't have her dog on a leash. And
Well, this is an off-leash park. Look at this idiot. They're fucking idiots. I just love. Anyway, folks, with your last out breath, we were watching a dog fight, and I'm sorry, folks, but if a dog fight happens near you while you're doing a guided meditation, watch it. Because you can't take your eyes off of a dog fight. You just can't. And these dogs, it actually.
that one is crazy.
By the way, this woman is just chasing after her dog, and
I feel like we should turn the camera around. This is insane.
this is so.
Like, she can't catch him. She can't catch him. The dog just keeps running.
Folks, you know what? Forget about your last out breath. Just pick up a nice joint and watch a dog fight.
Oh, she caught him.
Yeah, the dog is caught and now getting scolded. And they're both assholes because the woman with the dog and
Is
the
that a
red
MAGA
cat.
hat?
If it is, it makes sense.
I think it would make sense for the other one to have a
Yeah.
MAGA hat on. She's the one with the dog that's attacking everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And she's now,
Oh, she's yelling at her.
yeah, she's yelling at her.
Oh, here we go.
All right,
Wait, I'm trying to
everybody.
listen.
This woman's a bully. Anyway, folks,
No,
I
but
hope
she's
you.
right. Her dog almost got attacked.
Well, the dog was just playing, and this is an off-leash
Eddie, that
park.
wasn't playing. What do you think,
was. Have you never? Well, you've had rough sex with Trump supporters, or was that on the air? I forgot.
Kevin? Yeah. it wasn't rough, though.
I know.
It's very vanilla.
Right down the middle.
Yeah. She does this.
Wow.
Anyway, folks, one thing I want to say is if you own a dog, try to keep your weight down because you want to be able to control the dog. Anyway, that's... Oh, you did get some of that? Kevin surreptitiously taped it. We'll be giving that tape to Patreon members only.
That's right. That's right. For $5.
I thought you were going to say you were going to
$20.
give it to the North Hollywood government.
Remember, if you're a Patreon owner, you get dog fights.
Mm-hmm.
You get my stand-up sets at the Comedy Store.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of free things. So
Can we give him a ticket to my singles event?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What should they say?
Yeah, now promo your podcast officially right now at the end.
Oh,
here.
sure.
We blew it. Well, you know what? We'll throw it. We'll make a tag for the beginning.
Okay.
Too.
Well, you said I had a podcast,
Well,
but it's called
yeah.
Date My Friends with Taylor P. Miller. And every week I interview one of my single friends, guys and girls. And if you think they're cute, you just click the link in our bio and you can take them out on a date. And then every month we have a live singles event that you can just come and drink. It is free. So actually, I don't know if they
great.
need the Patreon for it.
Where do you hold these single events?
It's at a pub in Santa Monica called the Old Fella.
Do you live on the west side?
I live in Culver.
Where?
I live in Culver. But I'm friends with the owner of that bar, and it's one of my favorite bars. It's a really good date spot. There's TVs, but it's not playing sports music. There's really good cocktails, but it's like more of a beer and whiskey bar. So it's like, and the food is fucking bomb.
And it's a good dating spot.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys should definitely go. It's
Well,
owned by this
Well,
Irish
I
guy.
only for dating I go to a coal miner bar here in North Hollywood.
That's where you gotta go. That's where the hotties
my wife always gets upset when I go to singles
Events.
Yeah, she's a real.
I like to
hag
call them
about it,
singles
you know?
parties. I think singles events make them sound nerdy.
A singles
party is a better.
Yeah, because you're like, damn, I want to go to a singles party
Yeah.
where everyone's single.
Right.
An event, you're like, ugh, I have to do my hair. You know,
God, yeah. An event, you're like, oh fuck.
I got an event.
Is there
tonight.
homework?
I don't
Is
have
there-
a tuxedo.
Do I have to get a speech? Well, I want to thank Taylor. Thank you so much
Anytime.
for coming on.
I'm
we
sorry
don't
if
have
I
many
took this,
guests.
I'm sorry if I took it too off the beaten path.
No, not at all.
No.
I think our listeners and viewers will think this is a wild kind
Ride.
of very funny departure to watch.
Yeah,
Us talking about freak offs.
absolutely. No, and we've at the beginning, you know.
I'm usually talking about Chevron oil destroying the Amazon, and you take it right to P. Diddy.
It's,
Yeah, I do.
I mean, we have gotten a lot of complaints from viewers that say we need to talk about sex more. We need to make it a sexier podcast.
Sure.
Right.
So I think
Right.
this will be great. I
Yeah.
think this will be good for the
So
viewers.
thank you, Taylor. Look
I
for
always
her
bring that. You never have to ask me twice.
Look for Taylor's podcast. And Kev, you want to
Absolutely.
give us the outro?
Thanks, folks, for joining us out here. Go to EddiePepitone.com if you want to find out when he's coming to your town. Go to Patreon.com for $5 or $20. You can support the show. Let us know that you're out there and you like what we're doing. For our $20 supporters, we're going to get you some apparel. And for everybody, we're going to get you this podcast and beautiful 4K video the day that it comes out. And go over to YouTube and subscribe where we got all these videos and all that good stuff. Eddie, take it away.
All right, everybody. Thank you once again for listening to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.